Having a mentor could really shortcut your way to success. In addition, it could actually help you get through tough times. Mentors are very inspiring and encouraging, and they also hold you accountable. But the problem is, a lot of people don't actually know how to go about in getting a mentor in the first place. I see this all the time in my coaching practice. I am a mentor to a lot of my clients, as well as they're looking for different mentors depending on their field. So if you're in the tech world, you may want to get a mentor who is very familiar in the tech industry. If you're developing an app, you want to go with someone who has developed an app before. But the problem is, a lot of these mentors are really busy and people are having a hard time connecting with them. So, what do you do about that? So, today I'm going to share with you the 3 unexpected ways to find a mentor. Okay, so number 1 is probably the most undervalued one, is find aspiration mentors. Whatever field you're in, you're going to find someone who has had massive amount of success in it. And they have probably written books, they have videos, they have podcasts, and basically they have taken everything that they know and put it together in a book. Like, for example, one of my aspiration mentor is Simon Sinek. I will probably never meet him in person. Maybe I will. It's actually not really on my bucket list to meet him or anything like that, but I learned so much from him. It started off with me reading his book. His best work is in his book. He does lots of talks, so I watch a lot of his talks. So I learned so much from him without him ever being in the physical vicinity of me. So this is very undervalued, but you could find basically anybody who you look up to. They have tons of content out there, whether if it's in a video format, in podcast, in books, in anything, they have it. And the beauty of aspirational mentors is that they don't even have to be alive right now. You could, one of my aspiration mentor is Alan Watts, and he's been dead for many, many years, but I still listen to a lot of his audio and it's so inspiring to me. And I'm able to really connect and learn from him. So that's the beauty about aspiration mentors. Number 2 is your mentors don't always have to have had more success than you. You could look to the left to you, look to the right to you, your peers. You could have peer mentors. You could have people, just because there's no linear type success doesn't mean that you can't learn from them. You can learn a lot from people who are going through the exact same things as you are, which is sort of a mastermind kind of situation going on. And, in some ways, they're actually better as a mentor than someone who's had massive amounts of success. Maybe someone who's had a lot of success in the future, they might not be able to relate to your current situation. So maybe they're no longer, maybe they got their success back in the 70s and now it's in I was going to say now it's 2000s, but it's in 2019. What year are we in? No, 2018. It's 2018 right now. Maybe they won't be able to really relate to what it is that you're going through. So sometimes a peer who's going through exactly the same thing as you might be able to help you out and give you good feedback. Better than someone who has obtained a lot more success than you. So finding people who are your peers to be a mentor is also a great way. And the third one is to really be specific. When you do get a mentor, you do get a hold of a mentor, understand that these people are incredibly busy. They are so busy. They probably have thousands of people asking to be mentors. So you have to be as specific as possible. So I get this all the time. I get emails from people and I want to help, right? I want to help every single person that comes my way, but it makes it a lot harder for me to help you if I don't know what it is that you specifically need from me. So if you ask me, it's like, I want to start a business. Okay, well, that's great, but what kind of business, right? So a better way would be that I want to start a nightclub with a $25,000 budget. Do you think that's feasible? Okay, so now that's good. Now we're getting somewhere. I know what your budget is. I know what industry you're going into. So therefore, I could actually help you strategize it. So be as specific as possible. Also, when you are emailing people, a mentor, this is a big one, is don't write gigantic novels. Don't. Is lead with a question, because a lot of times what ends up happening, myself and also my mentor included, if there's giant paragraphs involved, we are actually fishing through to see if there's a question mark somewhere because we want to answer that question for you. So instead of writing gigantic paragraphs, write a quick question. Like I gave you the example. I want to start a nightclub with $25,000 budget. Is that possible? Then we know what it is that you need and we could help you there. So be as specific as possible. So just to recap, the 3 unexpected ways in finding a mentor is number 1, aspirational mentors. Amazing, completely undervalued, but it's so, so important to have that. There's so many benefits in there, especially when it comes to learning from people who have been dead for many, many years. You can still learn from them. Number 2 is peer mentoring. Finding people who are in a similar situation as you. They could have a lot of empathy for you. They could really give you feedback and hold you accountable as well. And they're more accessible too, right? Than going after someone who's very busy and has a lot of success. And then the last one, number 3, is to be specific. If you do get a hold of a mentor that you've been looking for a long time, be very specific. There's no way they're going to know how to help you if you're not specific. So as specific as you can, that's the best way. Anyway, so at this point, I'm going to walk over to chat to see what you guys are got. I know there's some chitty chatter going on in there. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so who do we have here? Untapped Potential. Hello, David. Nice to see you. I saw your vlog today. It was really good. I know you're a mentor to a lot of people too, so that was really nice to see. And you said, love Alan Watts. I know. I discovered Alan Watts many years ago when I was going to university. I just love his stuff. I think the one about if money was no object, that's the one. That's the one that I was exposed to. If money was no object, what would you do? That was like my favorite video. Yeah, like what makes you itch? What do you desire? Those are amazing questions, guys. Okay, let's talk about Alan Watts for a second. Alan Watts is a philosopher. I think he passed away back in the 70s, and he has these amazing, amazing audio, and you can find that on YouTube. David, I think you have it on your channel, right? If you have it on the channel, maybe I'll link it. Yeah, I think you do. I'll link in the description. Amazing audio, really inspiring, and kind of really makes you think about things. And really, the question is like, if money was no object, what would you desire? What would you do? What makes you itch? What would you do? So maybe I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, what would you do? If money was no object, what would you do? I like it. Oh, Alan Watts. Amazing. Okay, who do we got here? Tracy. Tracy's saying, I love hearing about new people for me to look up. Alan Watts will be the next. Yeah, he's awesome, Tracy. You should look up his stuff. And a lot of YouTubers have put like beautiful music in the background, so it makes it really, really fun. Who else we got? We got Emmanuel Garcia. It's not about finding answers. It's all about asking the right questions. Exactly. Emmanuel, you're on the right track. You know how it is. You know, be specific, asking the right questions. You're going to get not the right answers. You're going to get the best answers. What's David saying? So David has a YouTube channel called Untapped Potential. He does amazing work there. So if you guys want to follow along with with him, he's one person. So what is he saying? I have a short talk on there. There are tons of his talk on YouTube. Yeah, but check out David's channel though. It's pretty awesome. What else we got? We got Blue Duck. Excellent. I just happened to see you live. Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying a new format. I usually go live in the mornings for Coach's Corner, but I'm trying out this 8 p.m. time slot to see how it works out for you guys. Do you guys have any questions? Please ask in the comment box. I would love to answer them. I could hang around for a little bit before I have to get back to work. Yeah, so finding a... Yay! Evan Carmichael's in the house. Speaking of mentors, Evan is in the house. Evening experiments. I know. I almost feel like I should have a glass of wine here. Even though I don't drink wine. I just like the smell of it. But it feels like it's appropriate for an evening talk. Evening experiments. Okay, who else? We got Emmanuel Garcia. Evening is way better. Okay, I'll see how it goes over the next little week. I'm going to try the evening for a week and see if it goes well. If it goes well, then maybe I'll continue. So anything. Oh, Tracy has a question. Laugh a lot. The wine prop. Not quite evening yet. Okay, so Tracy, what's your question? Please answer. Please put in the comments. Okay, so on the topic of mentors, this is something I feel like there's a rise of talking about why mentors are so important. I think mentors are really important. Well, my mentor is in the chat right now. It's important to have sort of a guideline in what it is that you need to do because you can figure everything out on your own. However, there are people out there who have done the same things as you. They figure out their patterns, the common patterns. So why would you try to rebuild the entire process yourself? Why not figure out the pattern? Why don't you just follow the patterns that people have already figured out? So mentors are amazing for that. Tracy, I'm still waiting for your question. Couple of books that about mentors that I have seen. That's awesome. A book that I'm meaning to read is A Tribe of Mentors with Tim Ferriss. What he did was he compiled, I think, 150 people in different from different walks of life, anywhere from like Temple Grandin. He had Sharon Salzberg. So Temple Grandin is an autistic person who created a very animal friendly and ethical farm because Temple Grandin was able to see through the eyes of a cow because she's able to look at things through pictures. So she was able to empathize and she was able to create an entire farming system that was really ethical to animals. Tracy, I'm still waiting for your question. Before we go, okay, what is Joe Rotundo saying? That would be a great idea. Okay. Oh, a wine prop, you mean? Tribe of Mentors. Okay. So Dave in Untapped Potential is saying Tribe of Mentors is excellent. What would you say is the single most impactful thing a mentor has taught you? Single most important thing. Oh my God, there's so many. And I have so many different mentors. I have a physical mentor who is Evan, and I have a lot of aspiring mentors as well. Single most important. Okay. I would say is respect my time. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned from my mentor is respecting my time. Understand that your time is important from many different aspects, not only prioritizing my not allowing time, not being slave to my time. If there's something that's important that I need to do, then I am going to make the priority as opposed to saying that I just don't have time for it. There is time to do things. You just have to prioritize. So yeah, respecting my time would probably be the most important thing I've learned from a mentor. What else? Oh, Tracy didn't have a question. She said she meant she had a glass of wine. Okay. All right, guys. Well, you know what? At this point, I am going to take off. I'm going to do some more work. I got lots of exciting stuff coming your way, and that's it. Thank you so much again for joining in and talking about mentors. I am a big believer in mentors. I believe I'm a mentor to a lot of people, and I have mentors myself. It's very important to be able to share your wisdom. If you have learned something that works for you, it's important to share it in every which way possible. And that's how we're all going to get really good and have a more fulfilling life. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. And I will see you guys all tomorrow evening for another episode of Coach's Corner. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Have an Blue Duck. I love that. Have an outstanding weekend. Exactly. Things have to be outstanding. Can't be good or great. Have an outstanding weekend. You know what? Have a great night. Bye-bye, David. Okay. So on that note, you guys have an outstanding weekend. But I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Coach's Corner. Bye-bye, everybody. Nice to see you.